What's the thing that excites you most about this class?
I think just getting the young men that we got, but we addressed some needs. What I was looking forward as recruit coordinator is that getting Terry Wilson and addressing the offensive line need, adding depth, and I don't know what Coach Stoops addressed. I got in here late, but we still on some guys that we gonna finish out with. So it's been a very exciting day. If you would have told me we would have signed 20 guys this early, I wouldn't have believed it because, in the beginning, a lot of coaches were not even aware of this early signing period. So I was very, very excited. Our coaches were too.
Position group, the tight ends, what do you like about the two guys you got?
Oh, I think we hit a home run with these two guys. The last time I was at a site like this was when we got CJ. We got two guys that are in the 6'7", 6'5" range that are in the 240s right now, and they can run. They can block. I was a little worried about these guys signing because there was a lot of schools, trying to come after them. A lot of schools, Power 5 schools that's in the playoffs and top 25 schools, top 25 programs. So, but I think they seen the need here with Greg graduating and CJ, not knowing if he was going to stay or leave, and then also his injury. But make no mistake about it, these two guys were big, big needs, and our whole staff, even the defensive guys, are very excited about these guys. I don't know if you've seen them. They were here for official visit this last week, and they look just as good as Justin Riggs right now. So it's just going to be exciting in that room for the next couple of years.
Vince, what was the pitch to Terry for you when you lose a quarterback as late as you guys did? This happened before to have to go ahead and scramble.
See, I'm going to let y'all in a little secret. One thing y'all don't know about me, I'm always got a guy, or if we thinking we may lose or a guy's not all the way committed, I was, and I got to give Dan Breswit, credit on this too. We watched Terry even when we had the other kid signed. And I love that other kid, good family, but when you looked, we say last year we had a quarterback decommit, and then we got Steven. Well, Terry film don't lie. And he's fast, he can throw, and I told him the need we had. We was graduating Steven. We had Drew here, we had some quarterbacks here, but, there's an opportunity for him to win the job, and he understood what we had. I'll tell you, the one thing that sold him was the players that we had recruited in the past, that we had in skill positions and offensive linemen. We put it up to say, listen, these guys had all these schools recruiting them. They got so many starts at the O-line. You ain't gonna be running for your life, and actually it's gonna be experienced O-line when you come in here. And then you got experienced tight ends. You got an all-SEC running back. You get Dorian Baker back. So I just think he's seen the opportunity and said, okay, this is where I want to go. And we really sold it on him and his mom and his family, and I think he's seen it and said, hey, I want to be a part of the BDN.
Vince, what's your message to the guys who either didn't sign today or are still your top targets for this last month out there?
Probably in 2013, probably you'll be begging for, hey, this and that. We to a point now where, we ain't taking a backseat to nobody. We want guys that want to be here. There's some situations of why maybe two guys didn't sign, and we're working on that right now. But, how can you not want to be a part of this? You've seen what we have to offer. This is our second year going back-to-back bowls. We keep, improving. And my message to them is, hey, you've seen the fan base here. They know what it's all about. If there's a better place out there, then they need to go there. But I know the 20 guys that signed today are big-time players, and they had, we had schools tugging at them guys last night. I was up to about 12:30 last night and had to be up again at 6 a.m. for the recruit thing. So we want guys that want to be here. That's point blank. We want guys that want to be here.
Is it going to be weird having 7 weeks to just try to go get 3 or 4 more guys?
I love that now. So now let me just say this. You know how we recruit. So now you're saying we only got to zero in on 4 or 5 guys. I like that. I like our odds. So we got some big time guys out there that is almost very close to signing today, and they got till Friday. But if they don't sign, I feel very confident that we gonna land these guys.
Balancing keeping some spots open versus signing as many as possible today.
You know, Coach Stoops, that's a good question. Coach Stoops, you know, you would like to sign all your whole class, but it's kind of like you want to have at least 3 or 4 in your pocket, because you get guys that want to transfer, you get guys that just, for some reason, fall through the cracks. So you like to have them 3 or 4. So, I mean, having 5 right now in our pocket, I'm very excited about it. So we get to zero in on 5 guys with, I don't know what you say, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I ain't been sleeping, so I don't know, 7 weeks, you said?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm very, I mean, I love them odds with us, you know, focusing on 5 guys.
Vince, you and Mark obviously have a very special relationship. You're nearly the same age, same hometown. When you go into one of these recruits' homes, do you guys sometimes tag in and go in together? Can you give us a little insight as to what happens when both of you show up?
So we won a lot of these homes together. And, you know, here's what I say about when I'm recruiting a kid. You know, I've been knowing Mark for, I don't know, since I was 9 years old, 9 or 10 years old. His uncle was my older brother's high school coach, so we met each other, you know, playing like football on the sideline at the high school. And when I go recruit kids, I tell their parents, look, I know this guy who I'm recruiting for. There's a lot of guys who go recruit for other coaches across the program, and across the country, and they really don't know him. They just recruiting for the guy. I know this guy, I know what he's all about, I know what he stands for, I know where he comes from. I just think it's very powerful, you know, and I think the parents feel it, because a lot of these parents do homework. They look and say, oh, you've been knowing Coach Stoops, y'all grew up together. You know, yes, we have, but I know him, and so it's easier for me to recruit for him and recruit about who he is. And it tells them parents that when they did their homework, they say, you know, this guy's very sincere. But I mean what I be saying about him. Now, you know, I ain't gonna always tell you everything I know about him. You know, I've got people want to know what his nickname was, and I still never told nobody that. But I do know him, and I think these parents realize that.
You find that parents and even the kids today are more savvy, more educated than years ago?
Yeah, because you guys. Because of Twitter, because of media. I just imagine when I was getting recruited, where there was no Twitter, there was no, you know, I don't know what else, I'm still not up to date. What they call that, Snapchat and all that stuff. I mean, they are so, like, you can leave a kid's home. You're recruiting a kid in Florida, leave his home, and that conversation would be on Twitter or what you said before you land in Ohio to see another kid. So when I tell coaches, you better be honest. If you don't want that stuff, if you're saying, hey, you my number 1 guy here, and then you go over here and tell this guy he's number 1, they will know it. And I think I'm telling you right now, that's how a lot of people lose kids now, because they you know, media, social media is really driving recruiting now. And so, you know, I don't worry about it, because I'll be honest with these kids. I tell them what it's all about. But yeah, I would think, to answer your question, yes.
You're not going to tell us his nickname?
No, no, it killed me.
What kind of player would it take for you to tell him Coach Stoops' nickname just to get that player?
Well, part of the 3 we signed today, you know, if I ain't gonna single out guys, but y'all probably figure who them 3 are. But there's 3 we signed today. Now I'm probably, they say, Coach, if you tell me his nickname, I commit. I would have told them Spanish, Germany, and all kind of different languages. So Slacks might know his nickname. I don't know. Yeah.
For money, I'll tell.
Everyone's got a price.
Y'all put that on her now.